Hi guys, Helen here from Pilates Center, bringing another intermediate flow. We're going to have a little bit of fun moving the foot bar around in this class. So I'll teach you and guide you through how to do that safely. Let's start. We're going to start just with our standard roll down to warm up the spine. So I want you to bring your big toe, little toe, and the center of your heel heavy into the ground. Then I want you to soften your knees and slide the pelvis slightly forward so your hips and pubic bone are in line, relaxing the shoulders. Take a big breath in through the nose and a big deep sigh out through the mouth. Just focus just a couple of breaths in your own time. Good. How does it feel? As you inhale, I want you to take your breath in three-dimensionally. That means breathing out into the sides of your ribs. And then as you breathe out, deflating the ribs and pulling the belly in towards you. Let's put that together now in our roll down. Inhale, spread the ribs, and then close them as you nod the chin forward to the chest. Scoop and lift your belly, keeping your knees soft as you roll your body weight forward towards the toes. Big breath in, back into your upper back. And then as you exhale, scoop your belly and start to roll up, vertebra by vertebra by vertebra. Head, neck, and shoulders are the last to come up. And another inhale. Big, deep sigh out. Chin to chest. Scoop the belly. Vertebra by vertebra, roll it down. Inhale. And then a big deep breath out as you roll up the lower back first, the mid back, the upper back, shoulders, and the head over the shoulders. One last time, breath in, and big deep sigh out, softening the ribs towards the hips. The weight is transferring in towards the toes and just holding that roll down. Now take hold of your ankles, or if you're super flexible, you may want to place your hands forward in front of you. Take an inhale as you soften out of your stretch, and then an exhale as you press the sit bones up towards the wall behind you. Inhale as you soften out. Exhale, scooping the belly to press back into your legs. Couple more. Feeling those hamstrings. So the weight is nice and heavy into your toes, lighter through the back of your heels. Give me 3 more. 2. And on your last one, I want you to hold your stretch on wherever it may be. You may have your knees softened, but try not to keep them locked in place. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, see if you can soften your ribs to your thighs a little bit more. See if you can bring your nose in a little closer towards your knees. Holding here for 3, 2, 1. Release your stretch. Give your head a few nods. Little shake out side to side. And then big breath back into your back. Exhale as you roll back up, bringing the belly up. And opening the chest. And we're ready to start, guys. So follow me. We're going to pick up the foot bar. So you'll stand behind it. You will grab hold of it, soften into your knees slightly to protect your lower back. Pick up the foot bar and pull it towards you. It'll come off the hinges. Then you're going to bring it away from you, and then it should slide. Very carefully slide it. It's very light, so you can slide it just with one hand until it goes all the way towards the risers. Then I'm going to step inside the well of my machine. Again, bend into your knees, hold onto your foot bar, pick it up and bring it vertical. Then bring it forward towards you until you feel a little click. Test it. It's not going anywhere. It's right in the spot that it needs to be. I'm now going to take the shoulder blocks out of the way. So pick up the shoulder blocks and then just pop them to one side. Okay, from here, We're going to need 1 blue spring. We will be working our hamstrings and a little bit of abdominals. If you're quite strong in the back of the hamstrings, you might want to opt for a red spring. A blue spring is enough for me. I'm going to grab my head support. There it is. And I'm going to pop it to the opposite side of the carriage. Okay, guys, sit down onto your carriage and then bring 1 heel at a time. So it's actually your Achilles here resting onto your foot bar. I'm going to keep my knees soft and roll myself down. Reposition the head support where you need it. And then I'm going to extend my legs. Find neutral here. So again, you want that little soft lift from the lumbar spine. My sacrum is heavy and my hips and pubic bone are in line. My arms are long and my upper back is nice and flat on the mat. Good. Now from here, keeping your knees straight over your toes, you're going to bend the knees and bring your bottom as close towards the foot bar as you can without losing that neutral position. And then release it almost all the way, but keep that softness in the knees. And pull yourself under. Good. That's it. So if you're finding that it's a little bit painful behind your Achilles, you may want to put a little towel underneath there. That's okay. And you're just disassociating those hips from the rest of the torso. So try not to move that pelvis up and down. If you need a little bit of feedback, hands onto your hips can assist here. Good. We've got 8 more. 7, 6. Good. Keep your ribs down and soft. We've got 5 more. 4. And pull in for 3. Watching that the knees are straight. Like little pencils, they're drawing lines up and down the ceiling. Good. 2 more. Get ready, guys. We're going to pull our bottom in and hold it here. Little oozes, little pulses. That's it. Keep pulsing the bottom under the foot bar. We've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly, slowly, slowly release back. Good. Give your ankles a little roll out if you need to, and then come back, pop your feet back towards the foot bar. We're going to add a little abdominal challenge here and a little bit more work into the hamstrings. So I like to pop my head support out of the way. You don't need to. So you're going to find a little imprint now for me. So draw that lower back down. Your knees are soft. Bring your hands to support the crown of your head. My thumbs are long and I like to extend my neck away so you're not compressed in the neck or the shoulders, interlacing your fingertips. Take a breath in. As you exhale, we're going to pull the knees and the bottom under the foot bar and release. So just doing exactly what we did before, but now we're working in a small imprint. Good. If that feels okay, we're going to add on. Now, as you pull under, we're going to peel the chest up. Lower the head and chest down as you extend the legs. Elbows are wide. Making sure that you're not pulling your neck forward, but you're just supporting. Good. Check in with your lower back. Is the back of your t-shirt pressing in towards the mat? I hope it is. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here for me. Little pulses. Keep your chest lifted. And we've got 8, 7. Keep softening the ribs down to those hips for 5, 4, 3, and 2 and 1. Draw it in, deepen that flexion and slowly release it out. My abdominals are starting to warm up. Let's take it into some oblique rotation. So again, we're going to pull the bottom under and then rotate towards the right hip. Release the head and chest. We're going to rotate to the left. Stay in that imprint. Good. Keep going. Good. Adding a challenge, guys. If you're up for it, we're going to extend the arms. If you don't need the support, reach the arms towards the corner of your foot bar. Lift the arms up, lower the head and chest, and rotate, pull under, tap your foot bar. Keep both hips plugging down towards the machine. We've got 4 more. Keep thinking opposite shoulder coming in towards the opposite hip. Good. 2 more. Now hold that rotation to the right side. Let's pulse the bottom under and keep thinking about drawing your left shoulder deeper in towards your right hip. We've got 4, 3, 2, watch the knees aren't starting to roll in. 1 more, hold it. Can you reach your fingertips a little deeper? Lift the arms up, lower the head and chest, straight back over towards the left side. Let's pulse it in. Keep drawing that right shoulder to your left hip. Shorten the distance of your left waist to your hip for 4, 3, 2, hold it, stretch, stretch, stretch. Reach the arms up, lower the head and chest, reach the arms down. Good. Hopefully your abdominals are a little bit warmer. Let's come on up and we're going to move the foot bar once again. Okay, come up. And now I'm going to step away from the foot bar, step back inside my well of the machine with one leg, pick up and reach it away from you and push it halfway up the risers. And then lift it back up and secure it in place. Okay, so come back with me and we're now going to lie down back onto our back. No head support, heels towards the foot bar. Okay, settle your spine here nice and long. I just want you to take a minute here just to give me a couple of pelvic rocks. So take a breath in and as you exhale, I want you to tilt the pelvis towards you and find an imprint. And then move the pelvis away from you back into neutral. Exhale, imprint, mobilizing a little bit through the lumbar spine. And keep going. That's it. So be careful as you come back into neutral, you don't want your ribs to flare open. So draw the ribs in and down, imprint. Inhale, keep your ribs soft and release just the pelvis. Good. Let's go 1 more. I want you to find your imprint and hold your imprint. Take a big breath in, press into your heels, scoop the belly and start to roll lower back up, mid back, and then coming right onto your shoulder blades, onto your scapula. Can you stretch your knees over your foot bar and over your toes? Good. The carriage should be staying still at the stopper. And close those ribs in and down and then roll your upper back down, mid back, lower back, release through imprint and then back to neutral. Again, breath in, exhale, roll into imprint, lower back, mid back, upper back. Onto your scapula, make sure you're not just sitting on your neck and your shoulders. Close those ribs down and melt down. Let's take 2 more, just in your own time. Nice stretch into those hip flexors. Can you make them even longer? And rolling down. One more time, we're going to stay lifted. Roll up, hold that bridge position, guys. Can you funnel the ribs in and down a little more and lift your pubic bone up a little higher? So if you look at your pubic bone, it should sit higher than your rib cage. Take an inhale, lower the hips halfway. Exhale, squeeze it back up. Inhale halfway, exhale, squeeze. We've got 8. And 6, starting to wake up those glutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to hold it here. Now, guys, I want you to take a breath in. As you exhale, you're going to transfer your weight to your left heel and float the right leg to a tabletop. Hold that position. We're going to lower the hips halfway, lift and squeeze. Lower, squeeze. We've got 6, 5, keeping your hips nice and squared. 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Lower the right heel down. Transfer your weight into your right heel. Keep your hips nice and level. If you need to hold on to them, hold your hips. Float the left leg to tabletop. Lower halfway and lift. We've got 6 more. Notice that you've done already 2 and I'm lulling you into a false sense of security. Good. And I believe we've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the left heel down. Make sure those hips are staying squared. All right, when you're ready, we're going to just squeeze those butt cheeks and release. Squeeze and release. Good, so pelvis barely moves. We've got 8. Keep softening those ribs. 7, 6, 5, and 4. Good. 3, 2, 1. Big breath. Melt down. Upper back, mid back. Keep stretching the spine. Lower it down. Release into neutral. Hug and cuddle the knees in. Have a tiny little roll side to side. And we've got one more little set into the glutes. I want you to pop your heels back together, squeeze your knees together, squeeze those inner thighs together. When you're ready, we're not going to articulate up, we're going to lift straight up, squeeze your bottom. Breath in, get ready. With that exhale, drive those hips straight up. Keep your knees together, lower it straight down. Exhale, lift and squeeze, lower down. And give me 8, 7, keep squeezing that bottom at the top, and we've got 6 and 5. Make sure those knees stay together. 4, 3, 2, 1. I know it's burning. Hold it. Lower halfway. Lift and squeeze. Good, guys. If I see anyone's knees separating, we're going to do it all again. And let's go. 5 and 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Okay, check your pubic bone. Can you lift it higher? Can you reach your knees forward to your toes? Keep squeezing your thighs together. Now just glute squeeze, release, squeeze, release. 8, 7, 6, 5, and 4, 3, and 2, and 1, and roll. Massage the spine down and roll side to side. Do whatever your body needs. Maybe you'd like to bring your knees in. When you're ready, let's come on back up. keep your foot bar where it is. Shuffle yourself back. So I'm staying on a blue spring. It's going to start light, but we're building on. You might want to opt for a red spring, a little bit more upper body strength required for that. So I've got about a hand's width of distance from the edge of my machine. I'm going to sit nice and tall here. So take your arms forward, and it might take you 1 or 2 goes. You're going to use a little bit of momentum, and you're going to roll the arms up, hinge forward, and grab your foot bar. If you didn't get it on the first go, that's okay, do it again. And you're going to then pull yourself in and make sure that you're sitting still upright. Take a breath in, flex the toes towards you so you get a little bit of hamstring stretch there. And then we're going to pull the chest in towards the foot bar and release. So you might find straight away, oh, this is too easy for me, but stay with me if you can on that blue spring, because we will be taking it into single arms. Good, just gliding the scapula down, opening the chest forward. Good, just think about chest expansion. Essentially, that's what you're doing here. Pulling your chest in towards the foot bar, expanding it forward, and hopefully you've got a mirror in front of you and you can see your shoulders staying down and your scapula connecting down your back. We've got 4, 3, and 2 more, guys. And last one, I want you to extend the arms and hold. You're going to float the left arm forward. With your right arm, we're pulling in. So you may feel that you're being pulled over to that right side. I want you to bring a little bit more weight into your left hip. Good. If that's too much for you, you can keep going with the double arms. That's it. Okay, guys, get ready. We're going to add on. You're going to pull the carriage in. Now, as you extend the right arm, you're going to rotate and look towards the opposite corner of the room. And then pull the carriage in, bring your left arm forward. And rotate the waist, but keep your hips facing forward. Good, the slower you go, the more control. Good, we've got 4 more. 3, 2. Get ready. Last one, I want you to bring yourself forward and we're going to go little pulses. Little pulses burning into the back of the arm, bicep, and a little bit of tricep here, hopefully. We've got 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Bring your left hand down. Have a little stretch. Hinge forward, flex the toes, and roll yourself back up to sitting position. When you're ready, float the right arm forward. And inhale, prepare. Exhale, drive chest towards that foot bar. Good. Make sure the fingertips don't lift any higher than your shoulders and keep your scapula down on that right side. We've got 6 more. And 5. Good. 4. 3. 2 more. Get ready to add that rotation. Pull in. Okay, as you extend your left arm, you rotate and look to that opposite corner. And slice through air as you bring your right arm forward. And open, rotate. Good. Let's go 3 more. Hopefully, that's even on both sides. 2. Okay, one more, guys. Get ready. We're going to pulse. Reach the right arm forward, glide the shoulder down, and little pulses. Good. My left side's a little weaker. I'm feeling my body sway towards that side. Bring a little bit of weight now into that right side for 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your right arm down. Have a little hinge forward. Flex the toes. Enjoy that little stretch. Momentarily let go of your foot bar. Switch your springs over for one red spring. Take your blue spring away. Reach your arms forward with a little bit of momentum. Let's grab that foot bar. Okay, you will now rotate your palms and have the underside grip. Restack the ribs over the hips and with bicep curl in and out. So sometimes the biceps can take a little bit stronger work. So that's why I've opted for a red spring for my body. So you might stay on a blue spring. And guys, you might want to opt for a red and a yellow. So you do you and stay true to your own body. I'm going to go for 6, 5, and 4. Keep your elbows nice and close towards your ribs. 3, 2, and 1. And release. Hinge forward. Enjoy your stretch while you rotate the palms back upright. That's it. Now slide your arms onto opposite corners of your foot bar. Lift your chest, ribs over the hips. Okay, guys, small move of elbows in towards the ribs. Breath in, exhale, pull your elbows in. Good. Scapula gliding and sliding down your back. Small moves. If this feels a little strong, your move can be a little smaller. Feel that connection of your shoulder blades. Let's go for 5, 4. Check that you're sitting forward and not hinging back for 3, 2, 1, and hinge forward. Stretch your arms. Have a little moment. When you're ready, you're going to sit yourself back upright. Okay, so here I'm going to shuffle myself slightly forward, again about a hand's width of distance from the edge of the carriage. I'm going to pick up my foot bar. Restack ribs over hips. Now this is where it feels awesome. Sit tall, and all I want you to do is remember that imprint. You're going to tuck the tailbone underneath you and start to lower yourself down like you're sending your pelvis underneath this imaginary door frame, or you're sending it under your foot bar. Start to lower yourself down, lower back, mid back, upper back. If this is enough for you, you're going to stay there. If it feels good, you're going to extend your head back. And remember, when you come up, it's chin coming up first towards the chest to protect your neck. Then you're going to roll. Lower back is the last to come up off the carriage. Restack the ribs over the hips, sit tall. Just like we do roll down, that's what you're doing essentially. You're rolling, you're tucking that pelvis under. Good. Feel that rotation in the hips first. And come up into that standing position. Release your head if it feels good. Tuck the chin in and upper back first, mid back, lower back. Keep scooping your belly. Sit tall. Let's go one more time. Breath in, exhale, scoop. Keep scooping, keep scooping, keep sending those hips under. And rolling up. Little hinge forward now. Get a little stretch. And when you're ready, we're going to move the foot bar one more time. So my straps are in the way. I'm going to pop them in the well for a second. And I'm going to go back to standing inside the well. Pick up my foot bar. Soft knees, bring it back towards me so it's come off the hinges, and then I'm going to glide it where it's in position with where the shoulder blocks normally sit. Lift it up. There we go. And check that it's secure in place. Step out of your well, and I'm going to pop a blue spring on. Take your red spring away. Okay, very carefully, you're going to slide yourself under the foot bar. Watch your nose. Okay. Little bit awkward getting under there, but once you're under there, you'll be fine. So I like to keep my head support down, just so my head is not lifted too high towards the foot bar. Okay, you're going to grab the foot bar and you're going to hold the palms over the foot bar, elbows close towards you. Okay, from here, I want you to find your imprint. Good. And then when you've got your imprint, you're going to float the right leg to a tabletop. Take another breath in here. Exhale the left leg to a tabletop and hold that position. Good. Now take a breath in. As you exhale, you're going to just bring yourself in and tap the foot bar in towards your thighs and release it back out. Good. So this is where you might want to stay. Now, if it feels a little bit uncomfortable to grip your foot bar in this position, you may opt the opposite position. So under grip, doesn't matter. Good. Tap the foot bar and tap. Okay, keep that imprint. And we're going to start to peel the head, neck and shoulders up. Again, ribs towards the hips. If lifting the chest is not for you, stay with your head and chest down. But adding on, we're going to go for a single leg stretch. So now you're tapping the foot bar just to the opposite knee that's in tabletop. So your foot bar's not going too far. Good. And the lower your leg goes down, the more challenge you'll find in your lower abdominals. But stay imprinted. If you're losing your imprint, that means that your legs need to lift up a little higher. Good, guys. Let's go for 3, 2, 1. Hold your chest lifted. Single leg stretch. And reach, reach, reach. Good. Biceps are on. You'll notice that my elbows are bent into a 90-degree flexion. Good. So I'm working my abdominals. I'm stretching from the hip. We've got 4. Deepen your flexion. 3, 2, 1 more. Bring the legs to tabletop and lower the head and chest. Bring one leg down at a time. Give your arms a little rotation and we'll go back to our grip over the foot bar. Okay, find that imprint. When you're ready, legs back up to tabletop on your exhale. Good. Now we're going to go for a double leg stretch. So when you're ready, breath in. Exhale, push into your foot bar, lengthen your legs out. Inhale, bend. Good. Again, the lower the legs come down, the stronger the work through the lower abdominals. Get ready. We're going to come into a chest lift. Great position to look at your hips here. Are they staying level? Pointing your toes. We've got 4 and then something fun's coming up. 3, 2, 1. Hold it here, guys. Press into your foot bar, lengthen your legs. Take an inhale, lower the legs just an inch, lift them up. So you'll notice you won't be able to lift them much higher than the foot bar. So keep challenging yourself to stay in your imprint. Keep curling up a little higher. 4. This is not the fun part I was talking about. 3. Fun's coming up. 2. 1. Bend in and lower the head and chest. Take a minute. Whew. All right, guys. When you're ready, we're going to add a little cardio jump here. So find your imprint. Float the legs into a tabletop position. Of course, if you don't wish to do the jumping, then just keep going with what we've just done. When you're ready, we're going to press out, lengthen the legs, bend it in. And now you're going to release the foot bar, give it a nice firm push and reach. If this is where you want to stay, you can stay with your chest down. I'm going to lift the chest up and I'm going to look at my toes. Good. I'm feeling my abdominals connected. I'm feeling my lower back pressing into the mat. Nice and long arms, nice and long legs. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, guys. Hold. Hold your foot bar, hold your legs. Little scissor. You'll notice that I like to do my hundreds breathing here. As I breathe in, I lift my chest up a little higher. I deepen my abdominal connection. 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Bend your elbows, bend your knees, and bring your feet down. So the hardest part is gliding yourself ungracefully under that foot bar. Come back up. Okay, guys, I need a minute. I'm burning and I'm sweating. I'm going to finally bring the foot bar back to our original position, and I promise we will not move it again. So step inside the carriage, pick it up and move it forward. Good. Come back to the back of the machine, soften your knees, pick it up and press it back, secure it in place. Okay, this is where we're going to pop the shoulder blocks back in. Pop your straps over your shoulder blocks. Gorgeous. And we're going to remain on that blue spring. Okay, guys, working a little bit into our inner thighs. Step your right foot onto the wooden platform. Now, if you're facing the opposite way, you always want to step onto the non-moving part of your carriage for safety. And then I'm going to bring my left foot to the mat. Okay, bring your pelvis to a neutral position once again. We're on a blue spring, so we're working the inner thighs. The lighter the spring, the more inner thighs. The heavier the spring, the more outer thighs. Hands to the hips, shoulders glide down. We press into our little toe, big toe and the heel, and we press the carriage out. Good. And then I want you to really think about resisting with your inner thighs to bring the carriage all the way back in towards the stopper. Grow nice and tall. And pressing out and returning in. Of course, if you feel that the blue spring is not challenging enough for you, you can go down to a yellow spring. It'll be more inner thigh burn. Blue spring is just right for me. Good. Now, if you've got that position and you're feeling stable, add your arms. So the next time the carriage presses out, I'm going to reach my arms out into a capital T. Glide the shoulders down. Resist it back in. Good. Another option here for you guys is to step the leg that's on the carriage further away. A little bit more challenging if your leg is reaching about a third of the way away. So a little bit more challenging to bring the carriage back in. So you may need to play around where you can feel your inner thighs engage. Everybody is different. I'm giving lots of alternatives here. Good. And we've got 4 more. And 3. Good. 2. That's it. One last one, guys. Press it out. Hold it out for me. My legs are shaking. I hope yours are too. You're going to take a breath in, and then as you exhale, you're going to keep the carriage open and hinge forward. That's it. Your back is long. Your arms are gliding and stretching you out to either side. Feeling now your hamstrings and your inner thighs, you're going to lift the chest up and glide the carriage in. We've got 4 of these. Press out and hinge forward. Keep your carriage still and lift the chest up. Glide the carriage in. 2 more times. Pressing out and a straight back. Hinge forward. Arms in line with your chest, in line with your back. Lift the chest up. Glide the carriage in. 1 more time. Pressing out. And return the carriage back to the stopper and step yourself forward with your left leg. Shake the legs out and we get to do it straight onto the second side. So left foot to the non-moving platform, right foot to the carriage. Now remember where you needed to be. You may have opted to step out a little bit further away to increase the challenge. When you're ready, hands to your hips. Check in with your pelvis, keeping everything in line. Imagine you're being stretched to the sky when you're standing tall. Inhale, open the carriage. Now, don't let the springs bring you in, resist against them. So the challenge happens on the way into the stopper. Start to use your arms, open your arms out. Good. Check in with your feet. Have you still got the weight in your big toe, your little toe, and your heel evenly distributed? We've got 4 more. Good, guys. 2 more. Maybe you can check in with your shoulders, making sure you're not hinging the shoulders to your ears. Last one. Now, bring your carriage in halfway and let's add that hinge from the hips. Keep your carriage nice and still. Stretch through the fingertips. Feel the stretch into your hamstrings. Lift your chest up. Bring your carriage back in. We've got 3 more. And 2. Find that challenge point. Last one. And return the carriage back in. Step your right foot forward now. Shake the legs out. Okay, guys, now, once we're finished with our inner thighs, we're going to do a little bit of feet in straps to finish off with. My favorite part of the practice, and I'm sure yours is too. I've added 1 more red spring to my carriage. So I've got a red and a blue spring. Lie yourself down. I'm going to keep my head support out of the way because I'm anticipating I'll be going into some short spine. So if you need your head support for a little while longer, pop it in. Okay, pick up your straps and you're going to feed 1 leg at a time into a short loop. Okay, press your legs out towards the center of the room or away from you. Find neutral for me, guys. So I want Your legs are maybe 45 degrees. If you're really strong in the core, they may come down a little lower if you can maintain that neutral position. Okay, when you're ready, let's take a hamstring stretch. As your legs lift up, I don't want to see the bottom lifting. So some of us think that this is a hamstring stretch. And it feels nice into the hamstrings, but you'll notice that my bum's lifted and I'm not getting enough out of my hamstrings that way. So I want you to press your bottom down, secure your tailbone, and rather than lifting your bum up, flex your toes back towards you. And then exhale, press the feet away from you. Good. Now inhale as you lift. Hold that stretch and think about that femur bone. I want you to plug your whole femur right back into your hip without lifting the bum up. Exhale, press down. Good. Couple more. And one more. Hold that position. Now, you may want to bring your hands to your thighs for a second until you get where I'm going with this. You're going to keep your legs nice and still and just bend your knees so the carriage barely moves. That's it. Now press the legs back out long. Lift the legs up. Your thighs touch your palms. Bend your knees in. Carriage barely moves. So practicing that control, pressing the legs out. Let's go one more time. Press it back out. Okay, let's reverse. We're going to bend the knees. The thighs will kiss the palms of your hands, keeping the carriage still. You're going to lengthen those legs nice and slowly with control. That's it. And press forward. Now you know where your legs are coming to. You can rest your arms down. One more time. And press forward. Nice control, everyone. We're going to take a couple of circles. We lift up, keep the tailbone down, open the legs not too wide, and bring it in together. So no wider than the foot bar. I want you to really hone in on that control. So without moving the pelvis, you may opt to hold it to give you a little bit more feedback. Good, just stirring those femurs now inside the hips. And reverse, press forward, no wider than the foot bar, lift it up. That's it. Let's go for 3 more. 2. And 1, guys. Bring your legs forward in front of you. And 1 more little burn into those inner thighs. I want you to lift the legs up towards that 90-degree angle. Rotate into a little diamond position. So heels together, toes apart. We're going to keep the carriage still. We're going to open the inner thighs, squeeze the heels together. So you lead to open with your toes. You lead to squeeze in with your heels. Keep your tailbone down and keep the carriage as still as you can. And we've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3. Good. 2, 1. Bring your heels together. Bring your legs to about 45 degrees. Repeating. Now the carriage will move slightly, heels together by inner thighs pressing. We've got 8, 7, 6, and 5. Nearly there. 4, burning for 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Bring your heels together. Now, Bring your feet parallel. Get ready for some short spine. If you don't wish to come into short spine, you may just opt to roll your tailbone off the carriage and just find where you hit the stopper, and this may be enough for you. If this is enough, this is where you'll stay for a little stretch into that lower back, and then reach your legs forward in front of you. If you're coming for short spine, then let's go toes over nose, lower back rolls off the carriage, scoop your belly and start to roll, roll, roll until your carriage hits the stopper. Then use your glutes, squeeze them like you've got a credit card in between them and lift yourself up onto your shoulder blades. Be careful not to stay on your neck or your shoulders, but it's on your shoulder blades. Then rotate your heels together and bend your knees into your shoulder blocks. Not wide, but control the position with knees in line with the shoulders. Keep your belly pulled in and roll and massage your spine down, bringing your knees with you. Massage, massage, massage. Press into your straps. And let's go now a little faster. Inhale, toes over nose, hit the stopper, roll, roll, roll. When you can no longer go past that stopper, squeeze your bottom, lift the legs up, knees bend in, roll, massage your spine down. One more time in this direction. Inhale, fold, keep folding, hit the stopper, lift up, knees to shoulder blocks, roll the spine down. Let's go in reverse now. Press out. Good. Heels together, toes apart. Bend your knees and roll, roll, roll until your carriage hits the stopper. And when you do, squeeze your bottom, squeeze your inner thighs, bring your legs parallel, melt yourself down, vertebra by vertebra. Catch into your hamstrings, press your legs out. 2 more times. Heels together, toes apart, roll up into a little ball. Keep your belly pulled in. Hit the stopper, lift up, bring the legs parallel, melt down. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Press into your straps. One more time. And massage your spine. Keep stretching into your hamstrings. How far can you bring your tailbone down? Press out. And bring the inner soles together. Little stretch into your legs. Little pull into your straps. It feels good on my inner thighs. And carefully take one leg at a time out of your straps. Find your foot bar. Pop your straps over your shoulder blocks. And let's come up to standing. Let's see how the hamstrings are feeling for our final roll down, guys. Hopefully they're feeling a little bit looser. The whole body feels a little bit better. Take a big breath. As you exhale, let's roll chin to chest. Belly lifts up towards that spine. The knees are still soft and not locked. Oh, that feels good. Take a breath in. As you exhale, pull the belly up, roll back upright. Let's take one more. Inhale, big deep breath out. Just stay where you are for me. And just bend the right knee and then bend the left, alternating, just letting the hips go. Let the arms feel limp, like a rag doll. And then bend your right knee, stay where you are, and just maybe transfer your weight slightly forward and slightly back. And forward and back, and then swap sides, feeling if you're a little bit looser in one side than the other. Hopefully you're feeling nice and even, and then soft both through the knees. Exhale as you roll back up, head, neck and shoulders. And let's inhale, lift up onto your tippy toes. Exhale it down. One more. Inhale, lift up, energy to the sky. And a big deep breath out. Thanks guys for joining me. Hope to see you again soon and see you later.